Love doesn't leave with fireworks. It exits quietly, slowly, softly, like a favorite song fading into silence. When someone stops loving you, they don't usually yell, slam doors, or storm out. More often they stay, but something in them leaves. Today's video is not about drama. It's not about paranoia or overthinking. It's about clarity, real emotional clarity. Because love, real love, leaves behind clues when it starts to fade. And if we know how to read those clues, we stop being surprised. We stop blaming ourselves. We stop waiting for something that's already walking away. In the next 60 minutes, we'll go deep. We'll uncover 5 of the earliest and quietest signs that someone you love is emotionally pulling away. These signs are subtle, but they are powerful. And by the end of this video, you'll have a sharper sense of what's real, what matters, and what you deserve moving forward. So grab a cup of tea, take a deep breath, and stay with me. This might just shift how you view your relationship forever. And before we dive in, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel if you find value here. Your support helps us create more content to guide, inform, and empower people just like you. Let's begin. Sign number 1, loss of curiosity. Let's begin with one of the subtlest signs. They stop being curious about you. When someone loves you, they lean in. Not just physically, but emotionally. They ask about your day. They remember your doctor's appointment. They notice when your mood is off. But when love starts to fade, so does curiosity. You start sharing stories, but their eyes stay glued to the screen. They nod, but don't ask questions. They used to want to know every detail of your grandkid's birthday party, but now you mention it, and they say, "That's nice," and move on. Let me take you into a real-life story. Edna and Paul. Married for 40 years, Edna used to share everything with Paul. From how the roses were blooming to how her book club was arguing over a murder mystery. Paul used to smile, throw in his jokes, and make her feel heard. But then the shift came. Edna would talk, and Paul barely looked up. She felt it in the room. The silence grew heavy, not angry, just vacant. That's what the loss of curiosity feels like. Like you're talking, but no one's listening. And here's what's most important. It's not about you being boring. It's about them emotionally checking out. They stop leaning into your world. Your stories become background noise instead of the highlight of their day. And over time, you stop sharing. Not because you don't want to, but because you already know they're not really there. If you've felt this, if you've noticed their questions disappearing and the spark of interest gone, comment 1 below. You are not alone. And again, if this message is hitting home, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss more insights like this. Sign number 2, decreased patience. The second sign is so simple it's often missed. Their patience thins. The same things they used to laugh at or gently correct, now they irritate them. You ask a question and they sigh. You forget something and they snap. You tell a story again and they roll their eyes. Let me introduce you to Helen and Richard. Helen is 76 and has always been a little forgetful. Richard used to smile and say, "Your memory's like a goldfish, dear." It was their thing. But recently, Richard's kindness vanished. When Helen asked how to restore her online banking password, he said, "Figure it out yourself." No warmth, no humor, just ice. That's what happens when love begins to evaporate. Patience, the grace we extend to those we care for, is one of the first emotional investments to go. Where there used to be gentleness, now there's tension. You start feeling like a burden even when you're just being human. But remember, it's not that you've changed, it's that they have started to disengage. If you constantly feel like you're bothering them, like every small request is too much, that's not love anymore. That's resistance. That's emotional absence. And it's time to ask yourself, why is the tone changing? Why is kindness now rare? Patience is a quiet form of love. When it disappears, it speaks volumes. If this sign resonates with you, drop a 2 in the comments. And don't forget to like this video. It helps us reach more people going through these quiet heartbreaks. Sign number 3, time disappears. Third sign, the shared time starts to vanish. Not just the hours, but the intentional togetherness. They stop joining you for shows, porch talks, or walks. They start spending time in separate rooms. They say, "I'm tired," or "You go ahead without me." Let's talk about Rye and Linda. For years, their ritual was morning coffee at the kitchen table. Talking, laughing, just being. But then Linda started walking alone, waking earlier, not inviting Rye. The first time he understood. The 10th time, he realized he was no longer part of her routine. Love makes time, even in busy seasons, especially in quiet ones. But when someone no longer prioritizes shared moments, they are telling you something without words. This connection is no longer essential. And this one hurts because it's not confrontational. It's quiet. You eat alone, watch alone, sleep beside them, but feel a world apart. And slowly, their time, your time, no longer includes you. If you've been feeling alone even when they're nearby, comment 3 below. And please, if you haven't already, subscribe to stay connected to honest, healing content like this. Sign number 4, emotional withholding. 4th sign, emotional walls. They stop letting you in, not just into their schedule, but their inner world. They used to tell you about work stress, family drama, dreams, fears. Now, you get surface-level answers. Fine. Nothing really. I'm tired. That's not just distraction. That's emotional withholding. Let's meet Gloria and Samuel. Samuel used to vent to Gloria every night. He called her his best friend, but over time, he pulled back. When his cousin passed, Gloria didn't even know for a week. He said, "I didn't want to burden you." But Gloria knew that wasn't the truth. The truth? He was already disconnecting, carrying emotional weight alone, not because he had to, but because he chose to. That's the wound. Not that they stopped talking, but that they stopped trusting you with their truth. When you stop being their safe place, something foundational has shifted. And the worst part? They might still go through the motions, still cook dinner, still sit beside you. But emotionally, they've left the room. If you feel like your conversations are hollow or like their walls are higher than ever, comment 4. You deserve to be let in. And don't forget, like and share this video if you think someone else needs to hear this too. Sign number 5, physical withdrawal. And finally, sign 5, the body follows where the heart leads. When love leaves, physical closeness disappears. Not just sex, but touch, hugs, hand-holding, kisses on the forehead, the brush of a hand across your back. It all begins to fade. Let me tell you about Martin and Alice. Married 45 years. Affection was their language. Always a touch, a kiss, a soft squeeze. But after Martin retired, he withdrew, turned away in bed, pulled back when Alice touched him. No more goodnight kisses. Alice stopped reaching, not because she stopped loving him, but because she didn't know if she was still welcome. That's the heartbreak. The physical barrier isn't about sex, it's about belonging. Love is spoken through touch. And when the body no longer reaches, something else has already gone quiet. If hugs feel colder, if touch feels distant or rare, comment 5 below. You're not imagining it. Your body remembers what it feels like to be held with love. And if you've noticed that shift, honor it. Don't gaslight yourself. Don't make excuses. You deserve a love that still reaches for you. So what now? You've just heard 5 signs that someone may be emotionally pulling away. 1, loss of curiosity. 2, decreased patience. 3, disappearing time. 4, emotional withholding. Physical withdrawal. Maybe one of them hit home, maybe all 5 did. What matters now is clarity. Recognizing these signs isn't about giving up, it's about waking up. Love doesn't always leave loudly. Sometimes it fades in whispers. And if you've been feeling that quiet sadness, the one that comes from being near someone who's already emotionally gone, know that your feelings are real. You are not crazy. You are not needy. You are not broken. You're human, and you are worthy of love that shows up, listens, reaches, stays. This isn't the end of your story. It's a turning point. Whether you choose to reconnect, to rebuild, or to release, do it with honesty, do it with dignity, and do it for you. Thank you for spending this time with us. If this video helped you, please like it, subscribe, and share it with someone who might need it. And in the comments, tell us, which sign stood out the most for you? How has it shown up in your life? Your story matters, and your heart deserves to be heard. Until next time, take care and keep choosing yourself.